Where'd you get that shirt? It's huge.
It was my boyfriend's.
It must have been huge.
He was.
Why don't you change into one of mine?
Nah, yours are kind of small.
So?
Well, small ones are okay. Huge ones just feel better. You have the tiniest little hands.
Alright guys, it's Hink here. This video, I will never forget as long as I live the first time I saw this video for the first time. This video did some significant damage to me, and I think it's one of the most harmful commercials that maybe has ever been published. I hear you now saying, I think you're just being overly sensitive. I think this commercial is funny. You're entitled to your opinion, and I want to know your opinion on this. I'm going to ask several things of you guys, but I want to break down this commercial, exactly what I find so problematic about it. I just want to have a discussion about it in general. Many of you all have probably never seen this commercial before because, unlike myself, you're relatively young people. I'm an old man. This commercial initially launched in like the early 2000s, okay? And unfortunately, this is the best quality that I could find of this video, but it's something that I've wanted to discuss, obviously, because I have not forgot about this. Guys, if you don't mind, take a quick second, hit the thumbs up button, hype the video, and please subscribe. A lot of you guys are watching my content, you enjoy it, but you don't subscribe. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to hit 70,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and you could be the one to help get me there, and I'd appreciate it.
Where'd you get that shirt? It's huge.
It was my boyfriend's.
So guys, first of all, okay, you cannot ask questions that you don't want to know the answer to. Now, I know this guy, he kind of gets prompted by saying, oh, wait, whose shirt is that? But where this comes into play is that a lot of time guys will ask their current girlfriend where they measure up. I've made a whole video about why you should never ask this question. There is no good that can come from it. At best, especially if we're talking about pee-pee size here, guys, at best, you're going to force her to think about all the other dudes that she's been with besides you. And at worst, she's going to say, actually, you're the shortest by a long shot. Either way, it comes off as insecure, and it forces her into an uncomfortable position. So what I try to tell you guys is don't worry about the dudes that came before you. If she's with you, you won, guys. You won. That's it. She is with you. So I would strongly encourage you never to bring up that discussion of where you fall on the size chart.
Where'd you get that shirt? It's huge.
It was my boyfriend's.
Hard stop right there, guys. Now look, you can call me an insecure little beta bitch boy in the comments, and that's fine. It's probably warranted. Let me know what you think. But there's no situation in which a girl that I'm with is going to be walking around in clothing, jewelry, anything from her ex-boyfriend. Maybe that's just me. But I feel like that is completely not only emasculating, but disrespectful of the current relationship. Similarly, guys, I would never rep other stuff that an ex-girlfriend got for me. You guys can tell I love shoes. But if an ex-girlfriend got me a pair of shoes, honestly, guys, I'd probably have to sell it if I was with my girlfriend. Now, if she didn't know, she didn't ask questions, that's one thing. But if she knew that an ex bought me those shoes, then I would definitely get rid of it, me personally. I can't imagine a situation where I do know my girl's ex used to play football, but can you just imagine she comes down in like one of his old football jerseys? There would be no relationship moving forward. It would cut ties at that point. You're clearly still caught up on this dude next, okay? But once again, that's me. You all tell me if that's overreacting or what your take on it is.
It must have been huge.
He was.
Why don't you change into one of mine?
Nah, yours are kind of small.
So?
Well, small ones are okay. Huge ones just feel better.
So the biggest problem I have with this video is the fact that she's implying that big size equals more pleasure. And guys, quite honestly, that's just not consistent with what the data says. I have a video on size and pleasure before. I've talked about videos on the ideal size, actually breaking down the measurements. I've also recently done a 3D model revisited study where I actually break down what the data shows on the size that women want. The size that is preferable when it comes to the best data that we have is right around 6 inches in length and about 4.8, 4.9 inches in girth. If you think about it, yeah, the length, especially if we're talking about non-bone pressed length, guys, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news now, but 6 inches non-bone pressed is very big in my opinion. I don't care. I will debate anybody, okay? But maybe I need one of those booths that says like 6 inches non-bone pressed is big. Change my mind. But the point is that is a very big size, considering the average is about 5.2 to 5.5 inches bone-pressed average fat pad in America, here in America at least, is about 1 inch. So we're talking about, on average, about 4.5 inches showing for most guys, at least in the United States. So having 6 inches or an additional 1.5 inches is significantly bigger than that. But specifically in this video, she's saying huge one. She's not saying big. She's not saying above average, certainly not average. She's saying the huge one feels better. And categorically, guys, in general, I would say that statement is false. Now, even in this dog shit survey from the Bad Girls Bible, guys, I did part 1, part 2, and part 3 of that video series if you're interested in checking it out. But even in part 1 of the video series, they put up this quote here, which shows, and that says, and I quote, "Women don't like big penises. 83.4% of women say a penis can be too big to be satisfying." And in fact, once again, the opposite can be true. Above 7 inches in size, there's a negative correlation between larger penis size and sexual satisfaction for women. If you don't believe me, this is literally data from a women's survey showing basically an inverse relationship. For the longer the penis, the decrease the sexual satisfaction above a certain point, which is about 7 inches. So this commercial, which once again, an old commercial, you can't even really find the commercial anymore. That's why it's such a bad quality. You know, it's from a long time ago, but it's, this commercial is just one of those things that will forever bother me. Especially at a time in my life when, you know, honestly, I was still even going through puberty, but I was very insecure about my size. For those that don't know my origin story, I basically got double pants, meaning my pants, then my underwear got pulled down at a party in front of my crush in about 7th grade. And from that point moving forward, a rumor that I had a tiny penis followed me for basically the rest of my entire high school career and even partially into college, because some of my kids from college, I'm from a small town, went to high school with me and perpetuated that rumor. Being insecure about my size and then seeing this commercial just really did a number on me, if you can tell. I mean, I'm over it. I don't even know why we're still talking about it. Why are you guys bringing this video up in the first place? And guys, the other thing, I'm personally against alcohol. First of all, I said it before, alcohol is a carcinogen, okay? It can increase your rate of cancer. It's not just smoking, okay? Alcohol is a carcinogen. Personally, in my experiences, every bad decision that I know that has been made from somebody, alcohol has been involved. I also personally, I have a vendetta because people only get their liquid courage through alcohol rather than actually basically sacking up and having the mental fortitude to just say, okay, I'm going to go up and I'm going to introduce myself. They got to get drunk. And I just don't like alcohol. Hey, if you drink it, you enjoy it, by all means, like, enjoy it responsibly. I'm a clown in a mask, guys. Who am I to have an opinion about anything? But the fact that this commercial is basically saying, oh man, if you're having stress or insecurity, you should turn to Budweiser. You should turn to alcohol to help calm that anxiety, to help calm that depression about your girl saying she craves bigger guys. Like, I just think that's a terrible message.
You have the tiniest little hands.
And then finishing off the video by just saying, oh, you have the tiniest little hands. It's just, I mean, just the way that this chick in 30 seconds emasculates and demoralizes this dude is just insane to me. It's insane to me. Once again, maybe I'm sensitive, maybe I'm just a beta little bitch boy and it's just a joke and I should get over it. Or let me know if you agree with me and you think this commercial is pretty messed up. Now guys, I can't promise you can go from being tiny to huge, but there is actual real published medical literature that you actually can increase the size of your penis based on real medical techniques. I talk about it in my course. If you're interested in getting bigger, I have proven through my Hink trial that these methods on average gain a 1/2 inch in length and a 1/4 inch in girth over the span of about 6 months. I want you to be confident with your size as you are, and that's why I make videos like this. But if you still feel like there's the need to get bigger and only getting bigger is going to help you with that self-confidence, then of course there is my course. And guys, check out the Hink trial if you don't believe me. I have 7 pictures of guys with before and after photos demonstrating that these methods work. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Remember, you are so much more than the size of your D. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right, guys, peace and love.
Dr. Hink got the plug on the health, yeah. Got you thinking about your wealth, yeah. In his office, no stealth, yeah. Pinnacle of that below the belt, yeah. Checks and balance, he's managing. Working miracles, no damage. Got you covered, no panicking. Steady calm. In the clinic, no vanishing. Yeah, with Doc Hink, it's the way back.